Hi everyone, this is Sangeeta Bhargav, reference librarian at the Schaumburg Library, and we will be starting shortly the program, and Audrey is waiting to begin, and in another minute or so she will start and she can give a brief introduction about herself. Audrey, take over the mic now.
All righty, perfect. Good morning, everybody. We'll let people start to trickle in and I'll just run over some basics and all that good stuff. Of course, first and foremost, I'm Audrey from Pilates Plus of Schaumburg. So happy to be doing this with all of you this morning. I just wanted to, I'm sure we have more individuals coming back from last week's session. So we are going to continue to build on our class from last week. Again, our theme today is finding center and coming back to your center. So that's a big principle in Pilates. Your core is your center. So Pilates, all the movements start from your core and then elongate out to your little fingertips and to your little toes. So I just wanted to briefly run through the principles of Pilates. First, we have awareness. So it's very important just to be aware and conscious of your body. That's why you'll hear me repeat probably more times than you would like to hear. Always listen to your body. I will say that over and over again, but if you need a break, your body will let you know. If you can push yourself a little bit more, your body will let you know. So always be listening to your body and finding awareness within yourself. And then again, relating to the theme of our class today, it's a big principle in Pilates is breathing and centering. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Our first maybe couple, 2-3 minutes will be just us finding our breath like we did last week. And then alignment. So alignment is all about the spine. So if I'm sitting here all rounded, hunchy shoulders, forward folded, not letting my chest breathe, alignment, we're getting a nice long spine, rolling those shoulders back and down, especially if you sit at a desk all day. Sometimes you don't even realize that you're sitting and rounding your spine, and Pilates will help you regain that alignment through your spine and the rest of your body. And then stability and mobility are two big ones that play into each other. So during our exercises throughout this session and in Pilates in general, one portion of our body will be stable. Say our eyesight is looking up at our belly button and our torso is stable, but our hips down is going to be doing all the work, all the movement. So we want to have a stable portion and a mobile portion at all times. We don't want to be flailing all around. We want to hold that core tight, which helps you build those abs and helps you balance. So we have opposition and control for our next two. So in Pilates, we'll work from our fingertips down to our toes. So we just, again, want to be aware of the opposition. And again, reaching in opposition lets you open up that chest, open up that core, but also the further you reach out from your center, taking your legs in one direction, your arms in the other, will work that core more. And then we have our control, which is balance. Pilates is all about balance. So a big thing in Pilates is everything is centered around your core, which helps you balance. Say you're walking outside and it's icy. Thank God it's not winter right now, so we don't have to worry about it. But there's an ice patch and you slip. The first thing in your body that's going to grab on if you have the muscles is your core, and that helps you keep your balance and stability. So it's very important to continue with Pilates all throughout your life. You can never be too old or too young to start. And then we have focus and concentration. So always just being aware of your breathing. Some instructors are like, you have to inhale at this movement and exhale at the other. For a beginner's class, I'm not going to torture you guys over when to take a big inhale and a big exhale. As long as you're breathing, that's all I care about. You keep wanting to inhale and exhale throughout this entire thing. It will help you get through the workout even better, as opposed to holding your breath the whole time. Then you're not letting that oxygen get into your body and into your muscles to help them relax and strengthen and lengthen. And then our last two are precision and flow. So those kind of seem like contradictory things. Precision, you're trying to make everything nice and set and ready. And you do want to do that, but also throughout Pilates, you want to make it one big fluid motion, just so you're letting those muscles lengthen and strengthen at the same time. So just keep those in mind. I know there was a lot and I went through them a little bit quickly, but I'll each week start out the session like that just to run through them. And then throughout the session this morning, I will continue to bring them up and point them out when we're using our awareness, when we're using our stability and mobility. So you'll hear me say those things quite a bit. So hopefully everyone is set and ready. Now today, if you want, I'm just gonna show, you can either grab a little like couch pillow or a big blanket and fold it like long like a hot dog, because we are going to sit crisscross applesauce like I am. And if you feel like you can't maintain a nice long spine in a crisscross applesauce position, first and foremost, you can have your back up against a wall, or you can put either this little pillow that you have or a blanket that you have right under your sits bones, those little bones right in your glutes, to help lift and pick up that pelvic floor and maintain that nice long spine. So feel more than free to use these to help you for your modifications. Never be afraid to modify. I would rather have you do beautiful movements and exercises in a modified version than trying to do them all the way through and not having that form be beautiful and gorgeous. We want to start from the bottom and work our way up. Even I need to start from the bottom all the time and work my way back up. It's always good just to start with the foundations. So let's start crisscross applesauce. You can be sitting on your pillow or your blanket to help lift and lengthen that spine. Backs of the hands are going to be on your knees, palms up to the sky, and we are going to just start breathing here. Close those eyes. You might feel a little funny, but take big inhales through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And when you're here, each inhale, grow that spine long, and exhale, release all that stress out of your body. You can even picture your favorite place. If you're on a beach, somewhere where you love to vacation, in the mountains, anywhere, that is your happy place. And just try to find your little Zen moment here. Keep inhaling through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Each time, grow that spine a little bit longer and release. Big inhale and exhale. Let's do a couple more here. Really want to help find our center. Big inhale and exhale. Nice long spines. It's always good just to start out your exercise with a little bit of like a meditation here. Calm your body, calm your muscles, calm your mind. Let's just do 3 more. Big inhale and exhale. 2 more. Big inhale through the nose and exhale. Last one. Big inhale and exhale. And now you can still keep those eyes closed. You're gonna take your hands onto your lower belly. So right on your belly button, you are gonna take an inhale. You feel that belly button pull up into your spine. That's activating that core. And then you're gonna exhale. You can feel the belly filling up those little palms. Inhale, fire up that core, take that belly button to the ribcage, into the spine, and release. This is again just helping us find our center and grow nice and long. So we're feeling what it's like to be, when on your inhale, where you want to be, where you want to stay with that core engaged. And then on your exhale, you can kind of feel yourself get a little lazy. You want to always take that belly button up into the spine and release. And keep flowing through this. It's good to feel the proper position, and it's also good to feel the extreme of the other. So you really want to fill up those palms with that tummy. Roll those shoulders back and down. Remember that your neck is an extension of your spine. So if your head's looking down, that still does not mean that your spine is all the way straight. Take those eyesights up and out. Let's just do 3 more here. Big inhales and exhales. Fill up those hands each time with that tummy. Last one, big inhale and exhale. Now take these hands, wrap your arms around your rib cage. You can feel that rib cage. We're gonna do the same thing. So when you take a big inhale, You feel the ribcage open up, and then exhale, you're gonna lace the ribcage together. You can have your hands around, or your hands can be right around your ribcage, whatever it feels best for you, wherever you can maintain a nice tight core position. So inhale, let that ribcage expand and lengthen, and then exhale, lace that ribcage together like the back of a wedding dress or like shoelaces. You really want to get it in there. And open and release. And keep flowing through this. Again, just helping us find our center, helping us lace that rib cage together, because we want to stay in that laced up, fired up core position the entire time. That's why Pilates is so good on tightening, shrinking that waist, and getting that core fired up. Keep breathing through this. 3 more, expand the rib cage and lace it together. Just 2 more. And release. Last one, inhale and exhale. Lace that rib cage together. Keep it laced together like a shoelace. Keep those ribs conjoined. Hands down on the palms, or your palms are down on your knees, and we're gonna isolate that torso. So here's where the principle of Pilates stability and mobility comes into play. So our hips down is gonna be as stable as we can get it. Try not to move them at all. Hips up are gonna be mobile. So you're gonna take you to the right side or the left side of the room, freeze it back into center, and isolate that rib cage to the opposite side. Lift and twist. And come back to center. So you're reaching just from that torso. Don't let those legs come up and over with you. Even this is gonna start to fire up those obliques. So the further you can make it over to the side, the more your obliques are gonna have to hold on to bring you back to center. And again, even if you wanna move just like an inch and a half, that is great with me. As long as you're keeping that bottom half stable while mobilizing from that rib cage. And even here, big deep breaths. Throughout Pilates, maybe you feel like you're not doing much, but your breathing is going to help and guide your exercises throughout this session. So always big inhales and exhales. Isolate that torso. Just 3 more here. Keep that rib cage laced together. We'll do 1 more set to each side just for good luck. Bring it back to center. Take 1 big inhale and exhale, and let's stretch out those shoulders. So I'm gonna have you start with your fingertips towards the front of your mat or wherever you're sitting, and you're gonna lift and drop. And tap the front, and again lift and drop. You want to feel those shoulders lift up high, and then you want to release them. So you can feel both extremes on where you want to be. Let those shoulders roll back and down. Last one here. Stay towards the back of your mat, and then let's reverse so we can get the opposite. So opposition is a key in Pilates. We're never going to just do one side. I want us to be even in every possible direction that there is. Let's do 2 more here. Big deep breaths. Last one. And rest those hands down. Now we are going to start even more getting into this movement. So we are going to sit with our legs long out in front of us. Again, if you want to take that pillow right under your sits bones here to help lift and lengthen that spine so you're not curving down, that's great with me. Or you can be right up against a wall. So we're first going to start. Hands can be down on your mat just for a little bit of support. And we're going to flex those feet and point. And flex and point. And when you point, you want your toes to be the last thing to be pointed. Articulate down, even all the way through those toes. This is just going to help us get a big, deep stretch behind the backs of those legs. Big, deep breaths. And again, take it at your own pace. If you need to just hold here and rest, definitely go for it. Listen to your body. We're just going to do 3 more. 2, and keep those toes pointed on this last one. Now we're going to circle those ankles. Open to the sides of the room and circle and stretch. Really important just to stretch out from these ankles and stretch out from these toes. Even we got to stretch from our fingertips all the way down. Big deep breaths for 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to reverse that direction. Because opposition is key in Pilates, we never want to just work one side. We want to be able to do it any direction we possibly can. Big deep breaths for 3, 2, and 1. Keep those toes pointed. This time your arms are going to grow long out in front of you. And now when we flex those feet, our arms are going to reach up to the sky. And then when we point, they're going to come right back down. And when they come right back down, make sure they don't fall lower than your shoulder height. They want to be, your wrists want to be right in line with your shoulders. So flex and lift and drop and lift and drop it. Even here, make sure that rib cage is laced together. You want to fire up from that core. Even stretch all the way out from those fingertips to shoot your energy in both directions. For 3, 2, last one, arms stay long, toes are pointed. Now we're gonna circle those ankles and the arms are gonna come with. So circle those ankles, arms open, and again, right back in line with your shoulders. And open, and right back in line. Still maintaining that nice long spine. Big deep breaths, work through that core here. Even holding this position is getting that core fired up. So take it at your own pace. For 3, 2, and 1, and now we're going to reverse. So reverse that circle in your ankles and reverse that circle with your fingertips up in the sky. Big deep breaths. Nice long spine, work through those shoulders. Lace up that rib cage for 3 more. 2, and 1, and now let's take those fingertips, feel like we're reaching for something that's a little too far away, and forward fold over these legs. And again, it's not about how far you can get over, we're trying to elongate the spine here. So even if you're here, wherever you can get a nice big stretch through your spine and the backs of your legs. And let's walk this up. So we're starting in our long and tall position, and we're going to articulate it down. So take that eyesight. Pilates is all about following each movement with your eyesight to help you get there even better. So take your eyesight to your chest, to your belly button, to your thighs, to your knees, to your shins, to your ankles, and exhale. This is where breathing comes in key. On each exhale, you'll feel yourself melting a little bit deeper. So feel like you're melting like a little popsicle. And let's walk it up all the way back. So we have a nice long spine. And again, articulate it down. I say that your chest, your belly button, your quads, your knees, and your shins down to your ankles and your toes. Let's do 2 breath cycles here. So a breath cycle is a big inhale and exhale. Release, 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 and melt. Last one, big inhale and exhale, release and melt. Let's walk it back up. I'm just going to have us flow through this 3 more so we really stretch out the backs of those legs. Articulate eyesight down to your chest, to your belly button, to your quads, to your knees, to your shins, to your toes. And each time you kind of feel yourself getting a little bit further than the last time. Even if it's just like a 1/4 of an inch, it's still a big difference. So again, 2 breath cycles, big inhales and exhales. Last one, big inhale and exhale. Walk it all the way up, nice long spine. 2 more, articulate that eyesight down and reach those fingertips to your toes. Big exhale here to melt. You really want to stretch out from the backs of these legs. That way, because usually when people have lower back problems, it just means that their hamstrings are super tight. So this will stretch that out big time. Let's walk it up. Nice long spine. Last one, articulate that eyesight down. And forward fold over these legs. Big deep breaths. and walk it up and in. Now take your right knee into your chest and you take your left knee into your chest. Hands are on those knees. You can be hip distance apart. So all that means is that my legs aren't glued together in like a tight little tiny tube. Those ankles are right in line with my hips. So I have a nice wide base, which will help me, again, grow my spine nice and long and help take some pressure off my core if it's not tight enough or strong enough. And again, you can always be sitting on your pillow. Hands on your knees. We're going to stretch out that spine. So first, this is called our C curve. So feel like you have a little ball, like a tennis ball in your tummy, and you're going to scoop and round the spine. Now, we don't ever want to sit like this, but it is good to stretch it out and feel this position. And then for an opposition, key principle in Pilates, you're going to arch up, arch that spine, try to take it forward and take that eyesight up in opposition. And then again, flow through this. So C curve, arch that spine, and then lift, arch in the opposite direction, take the eyesight up to the sky, and release, and scoop. It's key to get those opposition stretches here, just so we can feel what it's like in both the dramatic forms, and then find that nice centering position. So again, your eyesight follows you in both directions. When you see curve, take that eyesight down into your belly button, and then when you arch back up, take the eyesight up in opposition to the sky. Having your eyesight follow in each direction leads everything. So you want a nice big open chest, just so your spine can follow. 3 more sets. Still breathing through this and taking it at your own pace. Open up that chest. Last set. Last arch up and bring it back down to center. So nice long spine, eyesight is straight out in front of you. We are going to start just with some little roll-ups here, just to warm up that spine. Our knees are going to be bent, and Pilates is a progression exercise. So after each set, we're going to do it a little bit harder and a little bit harder. And always feel free to start with the easiest set and say, oh, maybe I want to try a hard set eventually, but maybe it needs to wait until next week. You listen to your body. So for this first round, your hands are going to be on your hamstrings, so the backs of your legs. And again, you're going to C curve. So scoop that spine down, walk those hands down your hamstrings, and articulate 1 vertebrae at a time. Have those hands reach up and over your head in opposition. And then take a big inhale, exhale, reach those fingertips to grab those hamstrings again. Articulate the eyesight to your chest, to your belly button, to your quads, to your knees, and all the way up. Nice long spine. Let's roll it down 1 vertebrae at a time. Take that belly button down into your spine to work that core. Reach those arms up and over your head. And inhale, exhale, scoop, grab those hamstrings again. Peel that eyesight up above. And bring it all the way up. And scoop it down. And reach above your head to stretch in opposition. Open up that core. And take that eyesight, peel it up to your chest, to your belly button, to your quads, to your knees, and lift. And scoop and roll it down. It's not a race here. I always want us to feel like we're working through wet cement or honey. So we have a resistance. That's a big part of Pilates. You want to create your own resistance. We're just going to do 2 more here before we increase the level just a little bit. Really working through that core here. Controlling on your way up and your way down is going to build that core. Keep those feet glued down to your mat. Last one down here. Reach those arms up and over. Inhale, exhale, scoop to lift. Walk yourself up using those hamstrings. Now our next round is going to be a little bit more challenging because our hands won't be using our hamstrings for guidance. Now, if you feel like, okay, I need my hamstrings or else I can't do this, feel free to go for it and keep using it. Listen to your body. But this next one, if you wish, those hands are just going to be stacked right over top of each other. And this way, we won't have those hands to guide ourselves. So the core is going to have to do the whole work. So again, C curve it down. Roll it down one vertebrae at a time. Reach those hands above your head. Restack them and peel that eyesight up to your chest, to your belly button, to your quads, to your knees. Nice long spine. Again, exhale, scoop it down. And reach those hands above. Restack and peel that eyesight up every inch of your body until you get all the way up to those knees. And scoop it down. Big deep breaths here. Control through that core. Take it at your own pace. If you want to just do half of what I'm doing, that is beautiful. You're still working through that core. Everyone's level is different. So that's why a big principle is just listening to your body. Keep those feet glued to the mat. 3 more here. Control on the way down. Peel up every vertebrae at a time, one at a time. Control through that core and breathe. Last one, all the way down here. And lift all the way back up, peeling that eyesight up every inch of that body until you get up. Now our last round is gonna be the hardest round. I'm gonna do less sets here. I'm only gonna have us do 5 just because they're harder. So I want us to get just a little bit of a taste of them, but I don't wanna send us into the deep end right away. So these arms are gonna reach directly up and over your head. And again, if you wanna stay stacked with those arms or stay with your hands on your hamstrings, that is perfectly fine. Listen to your body here. But if you are here, arms up to the sky, take a big exhale, C curve, scoop down, the arms naturally fall down. And reach above your head. Inhale, exhale, scoop, eyesight of your chest, your belly button, your quads, and your knees. Then reach those arms up to grow that spine nice and long. Scoop it down, keep that rib cage laced. Feel like you're going through wet cement or honey here. And lift. Peel up that eyesight one at a time, one vertebrae at a time. Let's do 3 more here. Scoop and C curve it down. And reach to open up that chest, stretch through that core. And bring it up. Peel it up, every vertebrae of your spine. 2 more. Take this at your own pace. Scoop it down, one vertebrae at a time, like a little pearl necklace. And then lift and scoop. Let's stay with our arms long and roll it back just once. So exhale, scoop it down. Relax that torso. Those arms can reach above your head. Your legs are going to be glued together, and we're going to do what I call my knee waves. So you can reach your hands above your head or keep your arms long and strong. And all you're going to do is rock those knees from one side of the room to the opposite side of the room. This is going to stretch out that core big time, but it is also going to work that core because you need to fire up from those obliques, which is basically your side abs. You have abs all throughout your tummy. So your ones right on your hips are going to take it up and over to lead those knees up and over to the other side. So it's a big stretch, but we're also still engaging that core. Big deep breaths here. Just keep breathing, stretching out through that core. We're going to do 2 more sets here. Big deep breaths. Last side. Bring it back to center. You're going to send your legs long out in front of you. Your arms are down by your sides. We are going to work this core here. So again, there's various levels to this. What I am going to have us do is take our eyesight, look up at our belly button. But if you do not want to look up at your belly button, you can take those hands around your rib cage. Big exhale, lace the rib cage together. It's going to give you the same effect. And that way, if your core isn't strong enough to lift up your shoulders, lift up your eyesight of your belly button, that way you won't get the strain in your neck and you're still working from that core. Or if you have a hand towel or a Yeah, like a hand towel size is great. I think a washcloth is too small. If you have a hand towel, easily accessible, you can lace it up long, like a long hot dog, place it behind your head and take the ends of the towel to help lift and aid yourself to take that eyesight at your belly button. So there's so many different variations. Do whatever you feel is best for you. You can do half and half. It is all good with me. So I will be showing the advanced version first. So your arms are reaching long. You're just going to take your eyesight up at your belly button, look right into your belly button, feel like your fingertips are reaching for something that's just too far away, and drop it down. Now, if you want to place those hands around the ribcage, big exhale, lace that ribcage and down. Or if you have that little hand towel, lift, eyesight at your belly button and down. Or just keep those arms long and reach. Feel like you're reaching for something. Grow those arms long and release. This is really getting that core fired up. Let's keep breathing here and lifting. You want to feel like you're lifting from the shoulder blades to help lift, as opposed to your head and your neck, where you're going to get that neck a little, you're going to feel that little pull. So take it at your own pace. If you want to just stay here and take a big exhale, lace that ribcage together, that's great. We're going to just do 4 more, really working through that entire core here. 2, reach those fingertips. Last one. Rest that head down. Now we are going to bring these knees bent, hip distance apart. So again, your ankles are right in line with your hips. Your legs don't have to be glued together like you're in a tight little tiny tube. So you have a nice wide frame to help take some pressure off your core and all that good stuff. The wider you are, the more of a base you have, the easier it will be. And so the arms are long and strong. Again, this time we're going to take the eyesight up to the belly button. So if you still want to be lacing the ribcage or using your hand towel, that is great. So let's exhale. Eyesight at your belly button. Reach those fingertips nice and long and release. And fire it up. Big exhale and release. And okay, so when I'm here, big exhale, my tummy can pop up, but I want that to drive that belly button down into your spine and lace that ribcage together. That's gonna get that abs fired up. Scoop it up, drive that belly button down into your ribcage, into your spine, and release. Lift up that pelvic floor, and release. Flow through this just for 4 more. 2, reach those fingertips, and 1, and release that upper body down. Now we are going to get into our bridging so we get a little bit of a rest for our core. Our arms stay nice and long, ankles are still hip distance apart. Your head is going to stay down for this, and you're going to articulate up 1 vertebrae at a time. So you're going to scoop 1 vertebrae at a time. Feel that knee energy shoot up over your toes. So you're really squeezing in your glutes and your hamstrings. And then exhale, roll it down 1 vertebrae at a time. Feel like you're in slow motion here. This is not a race. Scoop it up and lace that rib cage together. Feel that knee energy shoot up and over. And exhale. That is really going to fire up those glutes and those hamstrings big time here. So peel it up. And melt it down. And keep breathing through this. Keep being aware of your breath. Make sure your muscles are getting the oxygen that they need. And keep working through this. Every time you get to the top, extra squeeze those glutes and those hamstrings. We're just going to do 5 more here. Really want to get those glutes fired up. Keep breathing through this. Feel that knee energy shoot up over those toes. Just 3 more. Scoop to lift. And lower. 2 more. Scoop. Feel like you're going through wet cement. Lift. Let's make this one your last one. And exhale, melt and lower. Now we are going to just do 5 sets of a combo. So we're going to take that eyesight to your belly button, reach those fingertips long, lay that upper body down, and bridge up once. Slow motion here. Roll it down 1 vertebrae at a time. And when you come back to your neutral position, eyesight at your belly button to lift and lower. And scoop and bridge it up. And drop it down 1 vertebrae at a time. And eyesight at your belly button. And release. 2 more here. Just scoop, get into those glutes, get into those hamstrings. And release it down. Eyesight up at your belly button. And release. Last bridge up to scoop to lift. And lower. Beautiful, nice neutral spine. Glue those legs together. Again, let's rock those knees from side to side to do our little knee waves here. Stretch out that core because we just worked it big time by taking that eyesight up to the belly button. Let's do 2 more sets. Last set. Last side. Bring your knees into your chest, give them a nice big hug, and rock from side to side. I really want us to stretch out through that spine, because next we have our 100s. I am going to make them a little bit easier and cut our 100s in half, so there only are 50s. So basically, I'll just be counting to 50 this time instead of 100, but we'll do 2 back to back with a little rest in between, to make that 100 complete, just so we can do 1 half at a time and not have me throw you into the deep end right away. So your knees are in your tabletop position. Your eyesight can be at your belly button throughout this, but if you feel like your abs need a rest, just let that head rest down, and that is perfectly great because you will still be using the core. So arms up to the sky to start. Big inhale, exhale, eyesight at your belly button if you wish. Keep your knees in your tabletop position, and let's inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug those knees back into your chest. Let that head rest down if your eyesight was up at your belly button. And rock from side to side. Stretch out that spine. Take big inhales and exhales. Let that core get a little bit of a rest. 2 more breath cycles. Big inhale. And exhale. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Let's bring your knees back to your tabletop position. We are going to do it 1 more time through, so another 50. On this time, I'll give you guys an advanced version. So knees in your tabletop is the easiest, not the easiest. They're all hard. This is level 1. Toes up to the sky is medium. Legs out at your 100 is the hardest. Now, if your eyesight's up at your belly button, I want your toes to be higher up to the sky, just because I know that we're a little bit beginners, so we don't want to throw ourselves into the deep end. Whatever you feel like your body can manage, and just breathe through this. So knees start in your tabletop position. They can stay there or grow long straight up to the sky or grow long out at your 100. Arms up to the sky, big inhale, exhale, push out to your 100, and let's inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug those knees in. Rest your head down. Beautiful. Big deep breaths. Rock from side to side to massage out through that spine. 2 more breath cycles here. Big inhales and exhale. Last one, big inhale and exhale. Let's take those hands on your hamstrings behind those legs to rock and roll ourselves all the way up to the top, however you want to get there. Because next we're going to do our roll-ups. This is going to basically like we were doing in the beginning with our bent legs and then stacking them long, but this time we're going to get those legs engaged and involved. So for a modified version, you're in the hip distance apart, your ankles are in line with your hips. You're going to hug that right knee into your chest. So for your modified version, your left knee can stay bent this whole time. That will help take pressure off your low back and will help your abdominals to come bring you up. Now, if you're more advanced and you feel like you can do it, send that left leg long, and that way you'll just be relying on this right leg instead of both. But if you feel like you need both for support, definitely go for it. I'm gonna do my first round with both bent knees. So you're gonna start with that C curve, that's a hold point. Scoop it down from that belly button, take that right knee with you, glide it down one vertebrae at a time. And again, inhale, exhale, take that eyesight, peel it on your chest, to your belly button, to your quads, to your knees to bring it up. Use that right leg for leverage. Now I'm gonna send that left leg long if you wanna be more advanced. And scoop to lift. And when your leg is long, and even if your left leg is bent, you wanna keep that leg glued down to your mat. That's the hardest part. That's how you can tell if your core is not working as much as it should. Nice long spine each time. Scoop, C, curve it down. And lift. Use that right leg to leverage yourself up. And scoop it down. Keep breathing through this. Taking it at your own pace. Work through that core. Peel up every vertebrae of your spine. We're just gonna do 2 more on this side and switch to the opposite. Breathe through this. Articulate up with that eyesight. Last one, all the way down on this side. To help scoop to lift all the way up. Now you can keep this right leg bent and hug the left knee in, or if you want to be more advanced, you can send that left or that right leg long right away. I'm going to do the modified version first. So let's take that belly button, C, curve it down and scoop to release. And use that left leg to lift. Have that eyesight guide and lift your torso. Nice long spine to scoop. And lift. Keep that leg glued, that right leg glued down to your mat, whether it's long or bent. Keep breathing through this, taking it at your own pace, articulating one vertebrae of your spine down at a time and peeling it up like a little pearl necklace. Work through that core here. Use that leg to assist you up. I'm counting for 3 more. Take it at your own pace. Feel like you're going through wet cement. Listen to your body. Articulate that eyesight all the way up. 1 more, roll it all the way down. And scoop it all the way up. Now, if you want, we're gonna roll it down 1 more time to our roll-ups. But if you wanna be more advanced for this one, your legs can be straight long out in front of you. We're just gonna do 3 here. So if you wanna try this way, you can. Or your knees can be bent hip distance apart. Having that wide base and frame is gonna help your lower back and your abdominals. So we're just gonna take those arms out in front of us. Exhale, roll it down, articulate through that spine like we were doing earlier. Reach those arms up above your head to take a big inhale. Exhale, peel that eyesight to your chest, to your belly button, to your quads, to your knees and up. Now I'm gonna send my legs long for the advanced version for just 2 more. Keep those feet glued onto the mat, whether your knees are bent or whether your legs are long. If they start to lift off, you want to bend those knees because your core isn't working hard enough. Hold this last one down, arms above your head. We are just gonna reach in opposition. So reaching those fingertips in one way, toes in the other, just so we can open up from this rib cage, stretch through this spine, stretch through that core. Big deep breaths. Let's just take 2 more big inhales. And exhale. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Let's hug your right knee into your chest and hug the left knee into your chest. Now your hands are gonna stay hugging the left leg. That right toe is gonna be straight up to the sky. If you cannot get that toe straight up to the sky, feel free to maintain this tabletop position. That is perfectly good with me. We're gonna do leg circles. So if you have to be in this tabletop position, all you're gonna do is circle from the knee down. All in one direction, and scoop, and scoop. But if your leg's long, tiny little circles in the sky. Big deep breaths. We're gonna do 10 in each direction. So let's just do 6 more here. Holding on to that rib cage, firing up from that core so we have a stable torso and a mobile leg here. 2 and 1, and reverse that direction. Point that toe, feel like you're going through wet cement. If your toes start to cramp up, you haven't had enough water yet today. So always feel free to flex those feet if you need that extra stretch. Let's do 3, 2, and 1, and hug this right knee into your chest. So give it a nice big hug and rest. And then we're gonna do the opposite side. So your left, you're hugging in your right knee. Your left leg, if you need to stay in your tabletop, definitely stay there and circle from the knee down, or your toes straight up to the sky, and let's circle for 10 in each direction. This is not a race here. I want you to really feel like you're going through wet cement or honey, creating your own resistance. Just being mobile in that left leg and stable everywhere else. Big deep breaths for 3, 2, and 1, and reverse that direction for 10. And again, if your toes are starting to cramp, you can always flex that foot. Make sure you're drinking enough water where your muscles don't cramp. Hold that core tight, fire it up, and let's do 3, 2, and 1. Hug both those knees into your chest, flex those feet, and you can rock from side to side. Massage out through that spine. Big deep breaths. Last big inhale and exhale. Let's bring those knees to your tabletop position. Arms are long and strong down by your sides. Whenever your arms are long and strong, you are pushing all that energy in those palms of the hands down into the mat. You can see my arms are fired up and ready to go. Even though we're not doing arm work, my arms are still working. So your right leg is going to send it long and bring it back into your tabletop position. Send your left leg long and bring it back to meet the right. So we're just reaching those toes in opposition. And obviously, the further you reach down to your mat, the harder it's going to be for your core. So if you want to just extend and bring it in, and extend and bring it in, that's perfectly fine. Or if you want to just hold this tabletop position, you are still working your lower abdominals big time here. Big deep breaths. Three more sets. 2. Last set, feel that core fired up. Last one, bring your knees down to your little pyramid position here. Cross that right leg over your left and dip these legs to the left side of the room. And your fingertips reach in the opposite direction so you get this full rotation in that spine. Big deep breaths to melt here. Even here, you get a nice long glute stretch. Fire up from that core, take it back up to center. Uncross the right from the left, and now cross the left over the right. You're gonna take these legs to the right side of the room. Reach those fingertips and take that eyesight width in the opposite direction. So you can mount and stretch and get that full rotation of the spine and get that little glute stretch. Bring it back up to center. Uncross those legs, hug your right knee into your chest and then your left. And let's rock and roll ourselves all the way up. And we're gonna come back to our seated position. So if you need to be up against the wall or have a pillow under your glutes, we are going to breathe it out. So I want us to have a nice long spine. Those palms are up to the sky, backs of the hands on the knees. And let's take a big inhale to scoop up. Inhale up those fingertips. And exhale and release down. Scoop to lift. And lower. 2 more. Inhale, scoop. And release. Last one, big inhale. Prayer position those hands and exhale them down to your heart center. Your eyes can blink closed and your head can tip down. With one last big inhale. And on your exhale, feel all the stress release out of your body. Open up those eyes, open up your hands, and you guys did it today. Thank you so much. Give yourself a round of applause. You did amazing. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. And please feel free to ask any questions now. Or you can always email Sanjita and she can relay them to me.
Okay, Audrey, that was a really good workout. Thank you for taking care of that. It was really fun to do it and looking forward to the next one. I know we are not having it again for a couple of Saturdays.
Yes.
Right? And then we will reconvene. There was a problem in the email going out today with the link, and I do apologize for that, but we'll make sure that it doesn't happen again. I did send it out to the participants at some point, but I know it was a little bit late. But I'm hoping on YouTube they will catch up, if not now. Okay, thank you,
Right,
Audrey.
always follow on YouTube by yourself.
Right, and Audrey is always available. You can email me as well. You can email the ref desk at stdl.org if you have any questions, and we will get back to you in a couple of weeks. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.